So, how did I get onto bikes? Well, my son's recently turned 16 and he's always wanted a bike. So, the deal was he could get a bike if I got a bike, so I could ride around with him, just make sure he's alright. I mean, anybody can ride a bike, physically. But for a 16-year-old, road sense, decision making, the usual reason kids get into accidents, he needed practice. He's not too bad at the moment. And for me, well, this is my midlife crisis, I'd reckon. So, did the usual, Honda 125. And then had to wait about a month, 4 or 5 weeks, until I'd finished my CVT, so that I could ride it. But fortunately, it was a bit of a fixer-upper, so the day that I got it, I took the wheels off. No, did I take the wheels off? No, probably didn't. I had to wash the bloody thing, move it around, take the top box off, all the bits and pieces like that were going to get sold, and then started stripping it down. Basically got it down to frame and left the wiring loom in and the forks, because I don't trust electricity. Let the magic smoke escape and nothing works afterwards. So a month of the bike sitting there, gradually getting rebuilt until I could do my CVT, and then go out for a ride with my son. But fortunately, I've been riding my son's 50 for about 2 months before that, so I mean, the CVT is generally never an issue in any case. But yeah, flew through it, no issues. Son was fine, he went through it, no problem. I mean, fortunately, we had his bike, so I had him in the driveway doing figure of eights, slalom, the usual yard work where you struggle. And no, he was fine. So he's on his 50, limited to 28 miles an hour, of course, and I'm on the 125. So far so good. I've used it every single week since September, even in the snow and the rain and the crappy weather. Though I'll say the one thing, the bike, well, I don't mind. My clothes are kind of water resistant. I'm waterproof. One thing the bike really doesn't like is massive headwinds with a hill, which just happens to be the A19. So yeah, top speed about 50 miles an hour up the hill into a headwind. Come on, fucking hell. 30 miles an hour, right, 30, okay, 30 is, it's overreading, but 30 miles an hour, in roadworks, 30 miles an hour, morning traffic, those still aren't doing too bad, he's not doing so bad, and they're not doing so good, and he's not doing so good. So in a roadworks, where there's people possibly working on the road, though at this time of the morning they're not, with a speed restriction, and that's the last one, yeah. So, why? How much time are you going to save by speeding through a section of roadworks that's, what, less than a mile long, this stretch of the road? Why? All I'm going to do is catch you up anyway when it goes into single lane and at the roundabout. And if there's a, I mean there never is, but a fixed speed camera along here, a police officer, what are you going to do? I didn't want to be 3 seconds late for work. There's very few people that time their work run to get to work within 3 seconds of when they need to be. So, yeah, so, I mean, some people ask me why 125, why didn't I just do direct access? I get straight onto a 600. I mean, yeah, a lot of people do. A lot of people are maybe more natural or younger. You tend to have a better sense of balance and coordination. Because I'm old. But no, what I'm finding, even on the 125, well, especially on the 125, I'm not that fucking good in any case. If I was on a 600, I reckon I would have been dead a long time ago. Nice thing about the 125 is wringing its neck. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Wringing its neck in fifth, and I'm doing 50. So most of the time you can ride the, well, especially in the dry, you can ride this full throttle, snap shifts, and not get yourself into too much bother. I mean, the tires are made out of, I don't know what they're made out of, fucking licorice. They offer limited amounts of grip, to say the least. Cars ride all over the place. Thank you. Pretty sure you should have stayed on the inside lane. Yeah, the tires, well, again, inexperience. Is it the tires that are shit? Is it the suspension that's shit? Is it the roads that's shit? Is it the bike that's shit? Is it the rider that's shit? On a 600 you'll get yourself into far more bother than a 125. And although 50 miles an hour on a 125 hurts as much as 50 on a 600, you tend to have less opportunity on 125 to, as they say, explore the limits of grip. No, actually, do you? Not really. But you're going a lot faster when you discover that there's no grip left. I mean, I've stuck this in the ground once already. In the wet, not concentrating, approaching a roundabout, bus was coming, snatched the front brake, front locked, I was on the floor. And the exciting story is I was sliding on the ground towards the bottom of the bus, but the truth is I slid for about 2 or 3 meters on my back and side. Bike stopped, I stopped, the bus stopped. I was embarrassed, he was concerned. No harm, no foul. Indicator was smashed, gear lever was bent, replaced with spares, and that was the end of the story. But yeah, 125, and go the sensible route. I'd rather enjoy a 125 and be able to get to the point where I take my direct access and say, yeah, I can ride a 125 average. I am of average skills on a 125. Gets me to work and back. I don't think I'll get to work any quicker on a 600. I don't think I would ride much faster, because the speed limit's the speed limit, and with a bike I tend to ride at the speed limit for 90% of the time. So there, 30 miles an hour. If I could be riding at fucking Panigale, I'd still be doing 30 miles an hour. You can filter no quicker on any big bike than you can on a little one. Yeah, there's differences in acceleration and cornering ability, things like that, but for now, experience, that's all.